Yo.
Welcome to the All in Our Heads podcast, live on Facebook.
Yes. Welcome. Listen, man, if you guys are, are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
All right. Yes. Check it
I
out.
got to check everything. You know what I mean? I got to
So
check everything.
if you're a downloader, we go live. You might know this, you might not know this. We go live on our Facebook. So if you're ever around the computer and you're like, hey, let's check them out, we go live. We record the podcast and broadcast live on Facebook. So
we do it. That's what we do.
We do
it well.
We do it
sometimes at a sync, but what are you going to do? When we have more money to get better gear, it won't always be in sync. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Exactly. But you'll hear us.
Yeah.
You know,
if you don't like it,
if you're the type of nitpicker that's getting a free show and is like, I'm looking at their lips, and if it doesn't match them out, I'd be like, then you're not a fan.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I love us very much. If I'm watching a video that our lips are out of sync, I'm like, I can't watch this anymore.
Yeah, but you can listen.
Yeah, I can listen.
Yeah, you can listen. No, I hear you. Listen, man. The thing is if it's out of sync, sometimes it's sync. If it's not, there's nothing I can do once we're broadcasting.
Yeah, no.
It is what it is.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
You know, but, when we're a big show and we have, like, staff and
like,
shit, we're going to have real gear, real cameras. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can't be out of sync if it's...
Yeah, we'll have all the good.
Right. We're just trying to get some traction, trying to get used to doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why we appreciate. We had people, Jade, one of our great listeners.
Yes.
She shared on her wall how much she loves the show, what she likes about it, and our downloads bumped up. So we appreciate that. See, one girl going out there sharing got us some good downloads.
And that's all it takes.
Yeah, if you guys just help us.
Just, that's the thing, man. Just share it. Let people know, you know what, this is pretty funny. Pretty cool guys. You check them out. They know nothing about politics, but sometimes they talk about politics.
Yes, what do we say? We're uneducated opinions on almost everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Right? You know what I mean? Yeah, you're not going to learn nothing here. You might, on accident.
No,
we may accidentally make like a great point that's actually on point.
A lot of times we're learning new words as we're on.
Yeah, that's what she loved our vocabulary because we just use words wrong. We
say it, we don't know if we said it right, and then we realize it doesn't sound too good. Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
who we are. We're dumb Jersey morons.
Yeah, that'd be the sub name for our podcast. Yeah. If like we lost the name all in our heads, like someone like
took our URL. You're like,
hey man, we have it all in our heads. You guys will take you to court if you don't get it. We'll be
dumb Jersey morons.
Dumb Jersey morons. Yeah, that would have been a great.
That would be a good podcast, and then as soon as people tune in, they would know. Oh, I know what this is about.
Dumb Jersey morons.
Yeah, no,
we're just being dumb.
Yeah. Just say what's up. How you doing? And like, this is. See, like all in our heads, we know what it means, but people might not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We try to figure out what does it mean. All in our heads. They can't get it right. All our heads. What is it? What's it called?
All heads.
All heads.
Yeah. When I did the show last night, what do you want me to say when I bring it up? Just All in Our Heads podcast. Like. He's in your heads. All right. Whatever.
And then I explained to them where we get the name All in Our Heads because Joe and I will sometimes be going through something, talk about it, and then usually by the end of us talking, we realize that the shit we're going through is all in our heads.
Right.
And that's where the name came from. So if you're wondering where the name came from, that's where it came from. But people would have to think about it. But if we're dumb Jersey morons... I don't think there's a lot of,
Yeah, they'd get that right away. He's the host of the Dumb Jersey Morons podcast.
They may even add some idiots galore. Like, what? Yeah. No, you're not going to add dumb things to us.
Yeah, the host didn't get it right last night. And before she brought me up, she goes, I want energy like you're there to see Bon Jovi. And I brought up, I'm like, not exactly Bon Jovi, sorry. I know a little bit of a letdown. But I didn't think you were going to expect to see Bon Jovi at the Greenwich Village Comedy Club.
No, and why in the world would that be your reference? Unless you're going to get into time, into a DeLorean and travel back to 1988.
That'd be great if the audience was that dumb. Like, is he here? Get out of here.
Bon Jovi's doing comedy now?
Oh, my God. This is so worth 2 drinks.
How was the group?
They were awesome.
They always are, Don. I mean,
oh my God,
I like that basement, man. I do.
Me too. I'd say there had to be
I'm there
about
tonight. I forgot about it, but I'm there.
Probably I don't know. I'd say about 30 people down there, but I don't know what the room holds. Maybe 60?
32? I don't know.
But they were awesome, dude.
That's good.
Nice mix. It was like this table of like these young dudes from the Bronx, these young black dudes.
Right,
and
right.
Just like tour. It's just a nice mix.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like anything you talked about
Right.
was like relatable.
Yep.
And it was. I got to go up first, which is nice. I like to be.
That's awesome. What time was your spot?
The show started supposed to start 7:30. I didn't know what time my spot was. I was told 7:30 show. So
Right.
he's like, "Do you want to go first?" I'm like, "Yeah,
do.
man.
I do.
I always want to go. I want that fresh. I'll take the fresh crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, give me that.
I'm going the opposite of that tonight.
You go in the end.
I'm the last guy up,
Yeah,
and my spot's at 10:45.
yeah. A lot of people don't like the first spot. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like
Well,
a lot of. I feel like it's like
There is no pressure on the first spot, right?
no, and they're like excited. They're like, here's the show. It's like almost
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like a great spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? As long as like the
Yeah.
only time it sucks is if like all the orders and stuff haven't been taken yet and the host is done.
Yes.
Which you would think typically on a show a good host would get you through that.
Right, but
For the most
also,
part.
what sucks is like you had 30 people, but then, right before you go up, 8 more people come in because you're the first.
Yeah, that does happen.
So that kind of, you're getting that unsettling.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen up first.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen.
That's why like people come on stage and you're like, yeah, all right. And you're like, yeah, it was first. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always
I
the out.
typically-
Like, yeah, it
yeah.
was first. You know?
Yeah. I typically like it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know. Plus I like to get done early as
Yeah, that's more
much as
like
I-
it for you.
I'm
That's more key for you. You want to get in and out.
Yeah. Especially if I stop at like I want to work on some jokes, so I'll stop at some local open mic in Jersey. I'll be like, I go first.
Right, right.
They're like, you want to go? Because like you'll see like the list these kids have. It's like host, and then like the first person signs up fourth.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
2, 3, 2 and 3 is wide open. I'm like, nah, because if there's any shot of the public being there,
Right. That's the only time you're going to get at them.
right?
6th and 7th, they're all gone.
I try and tell these like these kids that run these bikes. I go, yo, front load these shows with your, you know who your best comics are even at this level.
Right, right.
Because you'll keep them
Right.
if you give them like 20 minutes of good decent jokes.
They'll stick around.
I'll stick around a few more.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you give them 15 minutes of uncomfortableness,
Yeah.
they're not laughing.
Like if it's just comics, be like throw up whoever.
Right.
But if you're like, wow, we have public, be like, I'm in the movie, buddy.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
get-
Yeah.
I gotta put him up.
You're in closing. Really? I'm that good?
Yeah, oh yeah, you're the headliner tonight, baby.
You are
I
awesome.
don't know you want to tweet that out, but should debut. Headline and debut.
I don't want to brag, but I'm closing it tonight.
Goes in the coffee house.
The coffee hole. I don't know how many people coming to that mic.
No, I don't know. I just made one up.
Really? That's not the name of an actual produced show, huh?
Somewhere it is.
The coffee hole.
Somewhere it is. So
Oh my god.
there's as many names for comedy shows as there are comedians.
Yeah, you're right.
I-
I love everybody thinks that they're original. Like, and they make these flyers so.
You want to be on my show? Garlic and cheese potatoes?
Yeah.
Every other Tuesday. All right.
You got
Hey, can you promote that? Be like, I don't want to really tell people
Yeah.
I'm on garlic, cheese, and potatoes. So it's like some term I'm too old to understand.
Right.
Some reference of something. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. I'm in my 40s. I don't know what garlic, cheese, and potatoes is.
But they make these flyers so like so much stuff going on, and there's 19 people on them, and you're like sometimes I'll scroll through and I'm like, you know what, I'm not working tonight, but I'm not on that show. Thank
Yeah.
God. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not on that show.
Yeah, like when the heads on the headshots are like this
Yeah,
small.
little smart circles. There's just 900 of them in there.
It's 900.
I won't do those shows anyhow, but I'm just saying, like, they put so much work into the naming and and I get, like, you know, a cool name probably will get people in the city to come to it, because if you name it, it's got like a cool name, like, you know, something unique and different, you might get people to it. But at an open mic somewhere in Jersey, just say comedy. Like, you don't
Yeah,
gotta
comedy show, the comedy show.
You don't got to come up with a creative name at the coffee house. No one's coming.
Nah. Nah. I wonder when that all started. I guess like that whole like alternative era started. That
Like naming your shows.
naming the shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Because even when I started, there was no.
No, it wasn't like
was,
I'm doing Taco Tuesdays, bro. You got to come down.
Well, they had like the special, they had, but they didn't even. They had. I think the only ones named were like the Black Nights.
Yeah. Like clubs that have
like in
Black
LA, I
Nights.
guess you have Taco Tuesdays because the amount of
Yeah.
Mexicans and stuff.
You think?
I'm guessing.
Man,
You know what I mean?
you were firing all cylinders today, huh, Joe? For those just listening, you missed Joe. He just twirled his guns.
Well, if you were watching live on Facebook, you'd see. I did that shit. What is James saying? Are you coming up with show names or singing country songs, Joe? Cornbread thick and little wheels at Grammy's house. It was summertime. I still remember all the songs I made up.
Do you really?
Yeah, it was summertime at the ranch at Pappy's, and we was gonna do it again.
People from that area listening to you going, nobody says Pappy.
Don't get me started. Southern grandpas are Pappies.
No.
I've been down there.
Have you?
Yeah, I've met a few.
Okay.
It's my name's John. This is my wife Sarah. That's Pappy Bob.
Nobody says Pappy Bob, unless that guy, the Pappy, is like sleeping and he doesn't know that.
Pappy Earl.
Pappy Earl, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
My grandfather was Skinny Beaver.
Skinny Beaver. That's what all the kids called him. That's my
name.
grandma. That's Skinny Beaver. That's
Skinny. His last name was Beaver. He was very thin.
So you instead of calling him Grandpa, you called him Skinny.
Everyone did. I call him Grandpa. Grandpa Skinny.
So like you did your family tree in school. It was like Mom, Dad, Grandma, Skinny Beaver. The teacher's like, what the fuck?
Is that an
Wow, that is Southern. Skinny Beaver.
his last name is Beaver.
Yeah.
Skinny.
Yeah, I didn't know the kids would call him that. Maybe like his buddies
I think
at the local Elks
That was
Lodge
just
or
his
some
name
shit.
that just stuck with.
But you never
Skinny
called him
Beaver.
Grandpa? I thought you used to call him Pa.
Not that one.
No, the other one?
No, my grandfather. My mother's. He was my mother's biological father was Skinny Beaver. My
Yeah.
mother's stepfather, I call Pa. Pa.
Skinny Beaver.
Not Pappy.
That is
No,
going in the
Paps.
list of character names for something.
I know.
Yo,
I wanna
Skinny
write something.
Beaver.
Skinny.
That is classic.
Side note about
Laughing.
Skinny Beaver.
Side note about Skinny Beaver.
He had a gun in his pocket till the day he died, right?
Uh-huh.
He would always reach in. If he got mad, he would reach in to his pocket, and you just watch him like, oh boy, just reach into his pocket and shake that hand. Like,
Oh, no.
You watch him shake that pocket. But the other note is Skinny Beaver did a time for murder.
Grandpa Skinny Beaver did
Grandpa
time for
Skinny
murder?
Beaver did time for murder.
Who did he murder?
Some kid who was playing poker.
A kid?
Well, they were a kid meaning.
He was a
younger
kid at
than
the time?
him. Well, he was in his 30s or something.
Grandpa
Like
Skinny Beaver killing kids. You know the way he does.
that. You know how they get. Well, they're cranky.
Who do you guys think killed that kid? I'm going to guess Skinny Beaver.
Is it a dead kid? Skinny Beaver. Did.
Skinny Beaver did it. He's got the strangest name in town, eh?
The strangest hobby. Love killing kids.
Yeah.
No, the kid, it was a teen, probably a teenager, maybe late 20s. My grandfather was early 20s. My grandfather, I don't know how old he was when this happened, probably in his 30s. He was a poker player, a gambler. He was a gambling degenerate down the South.
Right.
That's what they did. And he was in a poker game and got accused of being a cheat, which is the story I remember being told. He was accused of being a cheat.
I'm sure you got the full unadulterated murder story with no...
Yeah. I don't know if they held back. You don't know. Because my
Grandkids, gather around.
That's what I know.
Skinny Beaver's going to teach you about my first murder. And I'm not leaving anything out.
No, they don't.
Oh, right. Skinny Beaver Paw. Skinny Beaver Paw. Talk about murder. Get the corn, kids.
Skinny Beaver never told me these stories. Skinny Beaver was more like kind of kept it quiet. This was stories told by everybody else about.
Was he alive when you heard it? Or was
Yeah.
Yeah.
He passed away maybe I don't know if he's going like 15.
So you're having
18
dinner.
years.
Family's like, let me tell you about
No.
Skinny
They don't-
Beaver's murder.
No, it just happens.
Just
Like,
happens.
He's like, oh, well, here's a story.
Speaking of murder, I tell you guys about
Speaking
Grandpa.
of poker.
Speaking of poker, did I tell you about Grandpa Skinny Beaver killing a kid? No, Mom, and I wish you did before you let him babysit us, so we could have been
I love
ready.
when he babysat. No, he didn't babysit because he was no.
Because he murdered.
No, that's not why. That's not why. He didn't murder. He didn't just go out and go, I'm going to kill a dude. He was playing poker, got accused of cheating. They asked him to leave the poker house. But back then, this is in the 50s, maybe 40s, early 50s.
Yeah.
He made a living. This is what he did. He was a gambling degenerate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get a name that you're a cheat in these backroom poker rooms, that can ruin you.
Yeah.
So he was walking out. The kid followed him, said, don't come back to this room. When the kid turned back around to go into the room, my grandfather, bop, put a bullet in him.
Wow.
And he died. And then my grandfather, but this was back when...
But he didn't go to jail?
Yeah, he did. This was back when you went to jail for murder for like 7 years. This is the 50s, man. This isn't, 2000 when you go to prison for
It was
murder.
probably like, yeah. That's...
It's a different time.
Yeah.
It was a different time. It might have been self-defense. Who knows? I don't know the whole particulars. I didn't say, can I speak to your lawyer about this?
Yeah.
It's just something over.
Little kid Mike Gaffney just pacing the living room. All right. So, where were you
in proximity.
in proximity to the shooter? Are you trying to get me to believe that he reached for the pitcher of beer and then you hit him with the... Men and women of the jury, I rest my case. And your parents are like, I don't know what he's doing either. The kid's probably on drugs. Right?
Props up his teddy bears at Hall's Court.
Skinny Beaver, murdering Grandpa.
But according to the 7 teddy bears, you're innocent.
Yeah,
But my grandfather, like him, my mother's stepfather, who was my grandfather, 'cause that's the guy I hung out with all the time.
yeah.
That guy was in and out of jail and got kicked out of the army. And he told me, when I tell you, would tell me stories, when you're 9, 10 years old, stories that he would not edit. Just be me and him. He's like, oh, man, I got in here, and I hit that dude in the head with a brick, and his head busted open, and I slit his throat. I didn't give a stories.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he slit a guy's throat, threw him in the back of a truck, it emptied out in blood. They took him to the hospital. It was just a mess. In jail, hits a dude with a shovel, escapes the chain gang, moves with the Jersey.
Yeah, my dad would always have stories like that.
Right?
Just
like,
you know.
not even like an uncomfortable to tell it. Just like, here's
No,
this.
my dad, I'm already doing comedy. I'm older, clean. I'll be like, oh, I'm going. When we went to Atlanta to do that gig that time.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Dad, I'm going to do a convention in Atlanta. He's like, oh, cool. He's like, listen, be careful down there. Last time I was down there, I was at a bar. I saw a guy get shot in the forehead right next to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going those places. Before we get
jot down that bar's name, please.
But I'd be like, hey, Dad, I'm going to Cleveland. Joey, be careful in Cleveland. When I was there, and it's always some I saw a guy get dragged by a truck. I was drinking with him. They killed him. It's
they also had the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Dad.
I was planning on staying in my hotel, maybe hitting like a
Cleveland Indians game.
Yeah, an Indians game. I don't know where you go, and you're there. I'm telling you, any city I went to, he's had some weird. Somebody died. Someone lost a limb. An overdose. There was some. Just be careful, man. All right, Dad. I'm gonna.
It's never like, oh, they got a great ballpark, man. You got to go see the field.
Cleveland was the one where I was like, he might be right, because Cleveland, the hotel they put me in, there was a huge, all over the place. There's no firearm signs, but with machine guns is the thing, and you're like, I thought this was known.
Right. Now, if you got to put a sign out there,
they're all over the place.
Because it's probably you probably have a gun there. Maybe it's just they just want you to know, no machine guns though.
And a lot of times comedy clubs on the road, they don't always give the feature act the greatest accommodations. So I get into this hotel that's in this crazy.
Shane lives in Atlanta, in Georgia. He's like the U-Bar. Maybe he knows the name of that place.
I was in the elevator in Cleveland going down just to get something to eat, and you just know working girls. You could just see them.
Yeah.
They're just in the elevator with me. I'm like, I knew this was one of those hotels.
Right.
Damns me a long 3 days. After the shows, people are like, yo, you want to go hang out? I'm like, I really got to get back.
Yeah. Where was this at?
Cleveland. It was in It was the town right outside the city of Cleveland, like the suburb right outside. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to Cleveland, but
Yeah.
the city's fine. It's these fucking outer suburbs that are scary.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the reverse. I felt when I
Right.
was there.
Right.
Willoughby Hills or something like that. It was some
It's probably nowhere near it, I would say.
what?
Your guess just doesn't sound like it would be it. Willoughby Hills. It just
No,
sounds,
it's something to that effect. It
Yeah,
was
okay.
It was a club called Bogies. It was a good club.
Yeah.
Shame it went under.
A lot of clubs go under.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Hilarities in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a nice club.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, and we stayed in a nice hotel like a block away. And then I went to the Cleveland Indians game. We went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I swear, anytime I'm on the road and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go see a game, they're always away. Like, I can never book it.
We
Where
got Detroit, right?
Oh, Detroit. Detroit, that was good. That was the one time it worked out in my favor.
Yeah.
Or it's like it'll be like a 4 o'clock game.
Right. and you
Like,
don't
come
wanna-
on, man, I can't.
Game. Yeah, and I got to be exhausted. No. Anyway,
We got
so crazy grandparents.
crazy grandparents. What was his name again? Skinny
Beaver.
raccoon.
Skinny Raccoon. Their last name is Beaver. My mother's
Oh,
maiden name
right,
is Beaver.
right. I know that.
He's
Yeah,
a skinny
I knew that.
dude.
He's a skinny one. It's good. Yes, that's good.
Yeah, that's the way they got that name. Nobody
It wasn't
not
one
a
of those
lot- not a lot
opposites
thought
or
process.
something.
Not a lot of thought process went
Well,
into that.
typically skinny would be a fat guy. Hey, yo, skinny.
Oh no, he was skinny.
Skinny beaver.
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
Skinny Beaver.
Yeah.
But his gun didn't really matter.
I'm Chunky Fernandes.
That's not a good name though. You don't want that.
No, I don't want that. But what are you gonna do? Is what it is.
It is.
So what else is going on? Skinny.
Don't put that on me. What do you got going on?
It's my dog's birthday today.
Oh, that's right.
Code Face Killer, 4 years old. Yeah, that's you. He's looking up at me now. Did a
4-year-old.
3-mile hike with the Cody.
That is
Actually, probably 4 miles. We had 3 hours. We were out there.
28 years old, bro.
28 years old. Yeah, he's been drinking for 7 years now.
Yeah. Not even the good birthday. That was the last one.
Yeah.
When I turned 3. He was like going to get wasted.
Yeah. So we got a big birthday
Said
bone
Skinny
for.
Raccoon.
My God.
Did he get any cake?
We bought him this. It's like a big bone with like icing on it, and it says "Happy Birthday." He
Oh,
just
nice.
chews all the icing off, and then the bone.
Done with the bone.
Oh, we'll see. You never know.
Yeah,
Depends
yeah.
how he's.
Think he knows it's his birthday?
He has no idea.
You sure? Do you feel your dog knows exactly what's up all the time?
What do you mean?
You just know, like when you're like looking at something, he's like, "Yeah, I hear you, Joe. What the fuck is that about?" Like,
No.
no, all right.
That.
I don't know because you know.
Sometimes, I guess maybe. I don't know. He knows if I'm upset.
So it's on the Bob and Tom show. Which is now.
Oh, it was a good. I listened to it on the app.
Oh yeah.
It was good. It was a really good appearance.
Did you hear when I talked about you?
No, I missed that.
Yeah, because that was the first intro. They were like, so like, what do you want to do? Like you give them some leading questions.
Right.
So I was gonna do. My friends are dumb. You and Frank.
I heard you talk about Frank. Yeah.
That was later
on. The bomb thing.
Yeah, that was late. But in the beginning, the very first question, he's like, "So you have kids or single?" I was like, "Yeah," and I didn't know that's how he was going to get me into my kid stuff because he just asked. There was a question, a leading question.
Uh-huh.
So, how are your kids? They live home, or are they? How are they? You know, something like a leading question.
Right.
The question was, he's like, "So you have kids, single mom, single dad? You have like he didn't come in the way I thought he was. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was going in.
Right.
So he's like, "Yeah, I got 2 kids," and talked about them real quick. And he's like, "Pets, your pet guy?" And I was like, "Oh, wait, that was his lead-in, the first one." I was like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, I love dogs. I'm a dog person, but I'm not a pet person. My buddy Joe is. And then I did the DOG park,
Yeah.
and he was like, first it was like, he talked over it, talked over the joke, and then he was like, because they had just had a conversation about it earlier that day about pets and dogs and how there was a scientific study done that dogs love baby talk.
Oh yeah.
He's like, no kidding. Dogs like, "How you doing, pal?" He's like, "Of course they do." And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they don't like aggressive talking. Makes
Oh
them
no, they
uncomfortable.
don't.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, that's why dogs like women more than men, because men even like just saying, you want to go outside? It's like, well, why you got to get so mad? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So he stepped over the joke and then let me clear it up. And then when I got to the punchline, I was like, I just don't know why my friend spelled dog. Why wouldn't he spell park? They were like, yeah, why would he spell the dog word? I'm like, I don't know. Like, park would be the word that you're worried about in that story, in that sentence.
Yeah. I wasn't on my A game that day. If I have to be honest.
Did you hear the rant though? The rant about the
Chinese food?
Yeah, yeah.
That was good.
That was I didn't even know that was coming up. They just said to me, they do this thing, tool of the week, and it's usually people, but they wanted to. Josh, the guy who's a co-host, is like, just want to know what Mike thinks about this.
Yeah.
And then when he went into it, I went off. They were like, "Oh my god!" The one guy, the chick, he was like, "Wow, it's like we brought in a magician. Like he just came out with it." He's like, "We didn't know that was there at all." I'm like, "Neither did I. I didn't know we were going to talk about that. I just went off on my own experience." And that's why Tom at the end, after the show, was always like, "I really loved how you were just able to be yourself."
Yeah, which is tough to do on that show.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
In the past, because they like you to stick to your bits.
Yeah, and they kind of feed you them.
Yeah.
But I was able to take what they gave me and just go with something else.
Yeah.
Say something. You know what I mean? And like,
That's always the best radio anyway.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, you know, they
But
want
I-
it to be almost like that Byron Allen, you know,
yeah.
Comics Unleashed. They want it to be like that, but they don't want it to be so that.
Yeah, because people complain about stuff like that, but I gotta say, in their defense, you know, there's a lot of comics that just aren't funny off the cuff or in the moment.
He said that.
They're not. They're like, they're so. Do you ever like hang out with a comic on the road and like whatever? You see them on stage, you do good, but they're just like,
Yeah, I
like
would be
nothing.
considered like a dud, I guess, because I'm not that guy.
no. But I'm saying though, if we're talking and we're having a funny conversation, you
I
can riff in it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen guys just like sit
these
back
guys
and
have
not be
bits
able
only.
to.
They work a bit, and they don't know how to be just
In
funny.
the right.
Yeah.
They've lost that whatever they used to be funny, like
Right,
when
what
friends
made
like,
them-
like when you were the funny friend.
Yeah, that made you become a comedian.
Right.
You can't be that guy still. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I actually had fun. Like it was a fun time. It was 2 hours. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
No, it was good. It was. I listened to some of it on the app when I was traveling that day, but I think the last thing I heard was the Chinese food.
Yeah, that's kind of towards the end.
Yeah. And yeah, that was good, man. Bob and Tom, if you can get in with that, they have a huge reach.
Yes.
Like I remember, you know, when I was in Virginia, whenever I go like to those southern states, or they'd be like, "Hey, you been on like people? You been on Bob and Tom?"
That's their
They
question.
listen to it all the time.
That's everyone's when I first started. Like
Yeah.
you would do one of those rooms in Pennsylvania or something like that. You know, like it stretches out a little bit further. You're like, "You ever been on Bob and Tom?" I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is because we don't get it.
No.
They get it in like Atlantic City area.
Mm-hmm.
One of those stations pick it up.
Yeah.
In upstate New York, gets it, but like New York and Jersey, we don't get it.
Yeah.
So I had no idea what they were talking about. But that's why like Mike Birbiglia and all those guys blew up from Bob and Tom.
Yeah. How was your? He's toast, man.
History.
He's dead. How was your weekend in Indianapolis?
It was good. It was fun. Good shows. I got to tell you this weird thing. I talked to you about it a little bit. When I was there, if you're listening, when I was in Indianapolis Crackers last year, they had 2 clubs. Mm-hmm. This beginning of this year, they cut out one of their clubs. So they're down to 1. But they had 2 clubs. They had one up in Broad Ripple and one in downtown Indy. They closed at Broad Ripple, and I did downtown Indy. Last year, I was at Broad Ripple in last February, 2017. One of the shows, this black dude and his white girlfriend were in the very front row. Like there's a row that there's like 2 seats, like seats around the stage. So like the stage is there, almost like their counter.
Oh yeah,
I
I
mean-
like that. Yeah.
I mean, it's like right there.
Yeah.
So when I got brought up on stage, he wasn't even looking up. He was like looking at her, and he wasn't clapping. This was last year. And I could see him the whole time. The last 3 minutes of the feature, when I was standing close to the stage, I could see him just talking. I'm like, right in front. He's gonna be that. So when I got up, everyone was like, clapping like it, and I looked and he wasn't clapping. I was like, yo, You got to pay attention. So you spring for the money to sit in the front row. I'm going to be in the front row. We're not going to add to the enjoyment of the evening with a little clap and say, let's go.
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
gave me like that sarcastic clap. I'm like, nah, I don't need that. I'm just saying, what's your psychology to sit in front row, talk to your broad all day while the comedian's doing his job and not even clapping when he came up? Just a little weird observation. You keep being a cool black guy in the front. Thanks so much. And then I went on about my act. Every once in a while, we'll pop back in and tell him to shut up because he was talking to her.
Yeah.
And he was not, when I tell you, he had his face in her face. He would not let her see the show. He had his face directly in her face, and he was just holding her hands and like looking at her. And she would like try to move her head and like look and see and like laugh a little bit. And he would look up and laugh once every 15 minutes. And the people at the tables behind him were like distracted by his movement was off-putting on that side of the room. Kind of sucked the energy out of that side of the room.
Right.
So last year I was saying stuff, and then like there was a white guy in the front of the room. I was making fun of him. He was having fun, and it was a really good show. But this black guy was just kind of screwing it up. So I said, at one point he held her like hands, and he was like looking at her. And I was like, man, you really don't want her to look at a white dude, do you? So
What'd he say to that?
he didn't say much.
He just gave a look.
He'd been looking at me the whole night.
Yeah.
So, but
Did the crowd like that?
the crowd was like, oh, well, that's what we're doing.
Damn. And it's my second round here yet. Can I get my... Can I make it a double? About to see a murder. Skinny raccoon. Skinny raccoon. I mean, beaver. Skinny beavers.
So no, and then the show was fine, and it wasn't awkward because I've been having fun the whole night. So like, I said it abrasively, but I said it in my manner, which makes you think, oh, he's only fucking around.
Right.
He wasn't happy about me picking on him anyhow.
Yeah.
So then the end of the night comes, I'm outside selling CDs, and he comes up out of night. He's like this cock diesel black dude. He's like short. But he's like he just got out of jail.
Right.
And he's like, yo, man, I should smash you, man. And I was like, why? Because I talk shit to you? That's it? Because you were in the front row talking, you want to smash me? It don't make no sense. I'm like, everybody loves me. You should love me. And then he looked at his girl. He was like, see? You see? And like showing that he didn't hit me. So then she went to the bathroom, and he was just hovering. And he kept looking around. He kept coming back towards me, walking away, towards me, walk away. So then the manager was like, why don't you go in the green room? And I just went in the green room until he left. It took him a while to stop hovering. And he finally took off. The last show, this time at a totally different club, same name, different area, Saturday night show, 9:30 show, him and that girl came in. And I saw them walk in. I was like...
A year later.
A year and 4 months later.
Wow.
I was like, yo, that is the dude from last year.
So you saw this before you were on stage?
Before the show started. I
saw them walk
right in. They were the
in.
last two people to come into the show.
Yeah, that is...
And I went to the comic, the feature, who's on my show last year. I was like, yo, remember last year I had a problem? He's like, yeah, that black dude. And I was like, he's here. He's like, what? I'm like, the dude is here. And now I told the owner, and they just started watching him. Now, he didn't sit in the front. He sat... When you're coming on stage, you come from behind the audience on this upper level, and then there's a staircase that goes down, goes to the lower level, and then you go up onto stage. He was sitting at right next to the staircase as you go down. His girlfriend was here. There's the stairs. He's here on this side of the table, a little round table. So I supposed to walk behind them, and I'll be standing right next to him. He could see me. So instead, I went through the audience, so he wasn't able to do anything right then. And I went up on stage. As soon as I got on stage, I watched them. They switched seats. And he got right to the staircase so he can come right down. I'm like, oh, no. Why is he sitting there? Everyone saw him move his seat. So now he goes to the bathroom like 2 or 3 times. I watched him go to the bathroom, and the bathroom was right to the left of the stage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's going to either rush the stage or shoot me. Something's happening. Why is he here?
Yeah, we're so vulnerable up there.
Yeah.
It's like, because, even clubs that do have bouncers, they're nowhere near the stage.
No.
They're like at the front door.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a lot of damage could be done.
A lot of things are happening before everybody's involved.
Right. Yeah,
And
you are dead. You're way dead before they be like, hey, what? Get out of here! Enough of this hullabaloo. What? Are the comics dead? Shit. Maybe we should have a bouncer like up here.
So they don't even have a bouncer. There was no bouncer, and I was just like, so I did the show. The show was great. It was a very good crowd. It was good. It was fun. It was fun. And then afterwards, I go off stage, and I go to the back, and I'm selling CDs, and I'm waiting for this dude to come out. And he comes out, and he comes right up to me, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm back." And I was like, "Hey, man, thanks for coming to the show." Like I act like I didn't even know him.
Yeah.
And he had like this nice, like diamond studded thing on his necklace. I was like, "Oh, that's really nice." I just didn't want him to even think that I remembered him. You may be fucking psycho boy that came back 14 months for me, but I don't remember you. I didn't even want to bring that out.
Right.
So he goes, "Yo, she's here too." And I was like, I didn't. Normally I'd be like, "Yeah, why would I know this?" But I was like, "Oh, hey, welcome to the show. Glad you had a good time." And it's like, "Oh, it was fun." And I was like, "Good." He's like, "Yo, can I get a picture, man?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, sure, absolutely."
Here's my final picture.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
When you guys Google Mike Cafferty's last picture, me and this guy.
So I go and he puts his one arm behind my back, and I got my arm behind his back, but I have this hand, my left hand, up like right here in my chin, like just in case he came up to hit me with his right hand, I would at least be able to stop him from punching me.
Yeah.
2 people were watching him the whole time, and took a picture with him. Then took a picture of me, him, and his girl, and the whole time he's staring at me like this, just staring at me. Like staring, hardcore staring. I think he wanted me to remember who he was. When he left, he was like staring like this. And he walked out, and everybody's like, "What the fuck was that about?"
That's fucking scary, man.
Nuts. But I just act like I don't even know who you are, man. Like, I don't know who you are.
Do you get a ride back to the hotel? Did they ride you back?
They left, and then we were all like the guy Brad, the feature was like, "There's no way you're leaving without us." And I was like, "Yeah, all right, yeah." And then, comics, 7 minutes after we're talking, and just walking outside, we didn't even remember about it.
Yeah.
We're like walking through the streets laughing. I'm like, "Whoa, I'm not."
Oh, shit.
We didn't even think about it. We walked through the streets. We went and got something to eat, walked back through the streets. Like, nothing even thought about it. Didn't even think about it anymore.
Yeah, because that dude, I mean,
yeah, but
that's scary, though, man.
That was nuts.
That's always the scariest on the road when you have it out with a heckler. Someone's always like, "Fuck you. Fuck you, you piece of shit." And you're like, I can't believe I got to walk around this town for 2 more days.
Yeah, I got to wander around this town that I don't even know where I'm at.
God.
Everyone's a stranger to me here in this town.
Yeah, like I'm staying in my room.
Yep.
I'm not dealing with. I'd be like, "Hey, want to go to the diner?" No. No. It's like, I don't go. I mean, one time I think I was in Virginia. It was fine, no problems with anybody in the audience, but this group of guys were like, "Yo, we're having a barbecue on the farm. You want to come campfire?" I'm like, "No." What?
On the farm. Yeah, I'm good.
You what?
Oh, he got his little foot caught in the wire.
You want to go out of the room?
That was good, though. He did it quietly, too.
Because he's exhausted, that long hike. I just let him go in the woods today, like, whatever.
Right.
But,
it's his birthday.
It's birthday, man. But, yeah, fucking...
Yeah, it was scary.
You hear a phone ringing?
Yes, I do.
That must be somebody. Oh, I guess Carrot, my wife, might be home. Sounds like her phone.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's scary shit, man.
It was, like, worrisome.
Yeah. Patrick Daniel Blake, no, don't come to Memphis. Why? You guys kill comedians?
Yeah. Why would I not? Wouldn't I come there first? And if I piss somebody off, then maybe worry about it?
Don't come to Memphis. All right.
Like off the bat, I can't come to Memphis?
We don't like Jersey dummies.
We don't like Jersey morons.
We don't like Jersey morons.
You ain't going to talk to our black and white couples like that. Like I
take Memphis off my list of places to get to.
Let me
Apparently they
that
like
email I got going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, man. It's like, I don't know, man. You're so vulnerable as a comic. Like, people get pissed off at you. You like they say something to you. You try and salvage a show, and then it's
Right.
like, now I gotta be all uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I'm the best. This happened. Couldn't see the guy owing the back. It was a group of dudes. Mm-hmm. And, like, I don't know, I was just rambling. I think checks were coming, so I was just doing stuff. I was like, where'd you guys meet? You know, I'm like, I can't meet anybody on Tinder. And, like, we're just talking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
And this guy just was, like, yelling out, like, yeah, in the back. And he was just being rude. And he was like, whoop. And I was like, you got, is there somebody with Tourette's back there? Because at first I thought it was. Because the way it just, he was like, yeah. And I was like, what do you got? And I thought maybe he does. Because it sounded like weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I didn't want to be that. So I was like, you all right back there? You got friends to tell you to shut up? You got some friends to tell you to shut up? That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And then 2 seconds later, it came back out again. And I was like, oh, you want to fuck with me? Is that what you're trying to do? You want to fuck with me? So I don't know what you look like back there. I don't have a clue. I couldn't see. I don't even know what was back there.
Yeah.
I'm like, but what you want to do, if you want to fuck with me, is when I'm done in 8 minutes, I'll be out there selling CDs. Come do your whoa in my face so I know what you fucking look like. How's that sound? All right? You want to fucking be a tough guy. I have no idea what it looks like back there. No idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And then I get
So
off.
in that case, if you do get murdered, it's on you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was like, you're not doing this. And he stopped yelling and he stopped talking, and his friends took him out and left. They all left. And the guys were like, yo, tell that comedian I'm sorry, man. He was just a dick. Just being a dick.
Yeah.
Like, they enjoyed the show, but he was just
There's
being a
always
dick.
that one, man.
Yeah.
That was like the last time at Uncle Vinny's. There was this couple sitting like to the right of the stage, and she's having a great time during the feature. She's laughing, and he's like, I think Brian McKenna was opening for me, and he's just like one of these like fucking tough fucking guys, you know, sleeves cut off, tattoos, and she's dying. He's just like, and then right as I'm on stage, you know, I'm 2 jokes in, she's laughing, and you just see them start talking, and they get up, and he's making like noise.
Yeah, because
I'm like, I'm not going to address this psychopath.
Right.
It's like, what's...
This is his thing. He's uncomfortable with his broad laughing at
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
He's not funny. He's a fucking mook. His probably only funny thing is making fun of people. Look at this fucking guy. That's his only thing.
And that's why I didn't even... Because he's being so loud trying to leave. You're like, oh, he wants me to do this. I'm not giving you what you want.
Yeah, yeah,
You can say something to me, then we go. But
Right.
this whole loud...
Yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah, I know what you're doing.
Right.
I've been doing this long enough. I know
yeah.
you're trying to set me up.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can be like, fuck you on the way out. You know? Not giving it to you, buddy. Not giving it to you.
I had a guy who was jacked up, and I knew he was like very jealous.
Yeah.
He hardly laughed, and I was like saying stuff like passive, like saying stuff on stage meant for him. I'm like, I know there's people in this room that think they're funnier than me. They don't like when their fucking broad laughs at another dude. Stood there like, fuck, you know I'm funnier. You know there's guys like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to point you out. You know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, when you go to the bathroom, you look in the mirror, you're going to look at yourself in your fucking mirror and be like, it was you. You'll know it's you. At the end of the show, that guy who I was talking about the whole time, because I was like, yo, bro, you're hilarious. I'm like, what? The whole time he mean mugged me.
Yeah.
The whole time. And then at the end of the show, I'm hilarious.
Right. Even before I was a comedian, that's to get me in trouble. You get girls laughing that aren't your girl, like you're in a party situation, and like that motherfucker just don't like you.
Yep.
Like you making her laugh. It's like, bro, what are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. And they think that you're automatically trying to bang her
Right.
because you're just funny and your personality's working.
Yeah.
And then they start putting you down like,
Oh,
this
he's a
guy's trying to be funny.
Oh, he's fucking comedian, huh?
Always comedian,
Oh, he's
right?
Comedian.
Fucking guy. And then anything you say is corny to him. Like, 'cause
Yeah. There he is.
yeah, he's just a fucking
Fucking always
insecure
everything's a
human.
joke, huh?
Yeah.
What, man? What are we
It's
doing?
another thing. Jade made fun of me the way I say human.
You do. You say it with a Y.
Yeah.
Human.
Yeah. No, she's just with a U. I don't even.
Yeah.
It's just human. Human.
Human. Yeah, you always say, you're a dumb human.
I do. I realize it.
Who said that to you?
Jade. She's
Oh, Jade, yeah.
Because I said, you're for broads or something like that. I love broad. She's like, and now I call everybody a broad. And then I said, she's a good broad. And she's like, you're a good human, said by you.
Human.
Like,
Yeah, my family makes fun of me for, like, I say a lot of things wrong. Like, almond.
like the Allman Brothers?
Like, like I'm eating a handful of almonds.
Really?
Yeah.
It's almonds.
I know. That's what people tell me. They're almonds.
You just can't get your head around it.
Almonds.
Almonds.
I feel like I'm putting an O in there when I go almonds.
It's just almonds.
Almonds?
Yeah, almonds.
Almonds.
But it's like
I'm taking a speech class now, so maybe I'll learn how to say
you
it.
will. Coffee.
Yeah, coffee. We push it out. Coffee.
Coffee.
But like it's coffee.
I know. I can never say
That's
that.
what the
Have a
speech
cup of
teacher's
coffee.
like. I'm gonna reteach you how to speak. It's gonna sound very odd to you.
Especially to us.
Have some coffee and almonds. I feel,
What are you auditioning? What role are you auditioning for?
no, I guess it's just
I know,
overall coffee and almonds. I feel
Forrest Gump.
yeah, so I feel like Forrest Gump. I like coffee.
I like
and
coffee.
almonds
I say almonds.
and humans.
Humans.
Humans like almonds with their
Coffee.
coffee.
It's coffee, right? It's coffee. Let me have a coffee. Let me have a
Yeah.
cup of coffee.
Well, I
Is
in
it
the
coffee?
'90s, I did this. Like, I had a long distance relationship with this girl in Virginia, and she used to make me say coffee.
Because she wanted to diddle her.
She likes to
Fun boss,
Like say
because-
like she on the phone. She'd be like, "Say coffee." I'm like, "Coffee." She's like, "Oh."
They love it. That's what they do. I'll
And she
tell you
says
that.
coffee. I used to make her. She says like insurance.
What?
Insurance.
Insurance?
The Southerners. You got insurance.
It's insurance.
Insurance.
Insurance. Let me say. I gotta pay my insurance. I say insurance.
He says you're Southern. You had a fucking skinny raccoon grandpa. I mean beaver. Skinny beaver. Skinny beaver got insurance.
I don't say it like insurance. I don't like specify the "in" and then follow it up with
Southerners do.
insurance. I say insurance.
Yeah.
I got to pay my car insurance.
I remember my friend. This dude.
How do you say it?
Insurance?
Insurance. That's what I said.
Yeah. So you say it right.
I got to believe that anything we say up here is not right.
No, it's like I had a friend that moved to like Alabama or some shit when we were younger, and then he came back. Like some of his family still lived here. And
Right.
It's only like gone a couple years. He's like, what y'all fixing to do? We're like, I'm not fixing nothing. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nobody knows tools.
Fixing.
Yeah.
What?
That's something they say.
But he brought
Fixing.
back mushrooms, so we were like, he's like, they
yeah.
grow all over the place by me. And we're like, when we visiting?
There's cow shit everywhere.
I know, but it's like, how's this? See, there's no social media back then. He had no way to like.
Right.
He was gonna write us letters with his quill. Fucking.
Why was there a quill involved?
I don't know. I just like when you think of someone writing a letter to be like, "Dear Joe, I'm writing you from Alabama.
Alabama.
I want you to know I've been missing y'all, but
They say winter's coming. It's going to be a rough one.
I want to write you to let you know they do have mushrooms growing out of every shit pile on the street. Sincerely yours, Mike, whose last name you forget."
Did you forget it still?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
My memory sucks, man. Like I've had people come to see me at Uncle Vinny's. I don't know them. They're like, dude,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and they have like stories with me. Remember that time? I'm like,
I don't.
oh my god, bro, I
I don't remember any of them.
I remember like yeah.
I don't really like. That's what sucks, and people don't understand this. When you're doing comedy, you meet. If you do it a lot, I mean, if you do it, average 3 nights a week in front of large crowds, 80 people or more, say,
Yeah.
you're meeting, almost 300 people a week, say.
Yeah.
Just saying, hey, thanks for coming. Hey, good night. And out of those 300, maybe 30 of them have a little thing they want to tell you. My grandmother used to do that. My grandfather, something.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And you're like, all right, good night, thank you. And you met a new comic. You met new owner. You
Yeah.
meet a lot of people. And then these 4 people were at your show remember that interaction.
Right.
6 years later, you're like, dude, I came to see you 6 years. You said that, and you're like, I don't remember that, man. And I don't mean to be a dick, but I've met probably, 1,500 people this month. You're not. it's just how are you going to stick out? I don't know how to. I want it to be more personal, but it's not.
Nah.
But now, when I would get like on Facebook, when I would get like birthday messages and stuff, one year I went through them, every one of them, and there was 780 of them.
Yeah.
I went through every one of them.
I'd do it.
And I looked, not saying just thanks. I looked at the person. It was like just trying to remember something, and like I would say, more than 80% of those people I had some sort of interaction with, whether it be at one show 4 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like some sort of high school or grammar school. I can be like, I remember that person. And it was just like nice. The other 20% might have just been Facebook people. But
yeah, I'll remember people from shows. I'll remember people I see in my Facebook timeline all the time. It's like talking fucking, we were together in high school in 92, 93. And like, what?
I know.
Like, unless you were like part of my crew. Like any of the little cliques I hung in from time to time. Like yo, dude, remember that time we was in like science class? Science class? What are you talking about? If our whole interaction was a class,
then I
don't know who the fuck you are, man.
Yeah.
Like
if our only thing in common was third period history,
it's gone, dude.
Yeah. I don't remember what we learned.
I wasn't at your house.
I don't remember the stuff that was in the book.
Not
I think I'm going to remember our
no
talk?
pool party got to rack my memory.
How we did
Sweet
acid together?
16. Yeah, did we do any drugs together? Something like that? Anything?
It's
Skateboarding?
Funny, talking about like old neighborhood high school kids. On my Facebook, I got a lot of Jersey City dudes.
Yeah.
That like are degenerate, tough guys, brawlers, in and out of jails, right?
Yeah.
And now, I mean, legitimate criminals.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting DMs, bro, nominated you. You're the best father. All this stuff, bro. Be blessed. Share it with 15 people. Like, no. You were a degenerate criminal. We're not fucking mass sharing emails. If you're a friend of mine, I'm not, and I appreciate the nominating me as a dad. That's really nice. I'm never sharing it with you on a 27.
Guy's gonna blame you for his bad luck. You didn't keep the chain going.
Yeah, I'm not doing chains.
And then I went to prison, and now you're gonna die.
Didn't we do chains? Well, I'm not doing it. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it either. I don't do chain letters.
I don't do chain letters. And I know also don't do, like, you ever see someone post something and you like it, and then they instant message you, shouldn't have liked it because now I nominate you. And I'm like, no, I'm not playing this.
You can nominate me all you want. I don't accept your nomination.
I happily decline your nomination.
Oh, I should congratulate you. I saw, I don't know when you got voted in, but you're New Jersey's funniest dad. I saw Catch a Rising Star promoted you as New Jersey's funniest dad. I'm like, how do we not have this celebration on the podcast yet?
No, there was even, I was in the running.
Give it up for Mike. If I had sound effects,
I didn't know it. A little past the time. I should have gotten it, when they were 9 and 10. But
yeah, it said, I forget. It was like a special, last minute New Jersey.
Well, it's Father's Day too.
Yeah,
that makes more sense now.
How is that booking not even going forward for a while with a dad for Father's Day, a guy who does dad material?
No, they had a gay dude.
Yeah,
that was the original person they thought was booked.
Oh, okay.
So then he actually didn't confirm. They thought he confirmed, and I guess I picked it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. But it is Father's Day. Why would I have not been? Then I was in when I was in Indy, it was Pride Week.
Yeah.
It was Pride Month. It was Pride Week there. So they had parades and all kinds of shit. I'm like,
how do you not have a gay comic?
I'm like, I don't mind being here, but this is not a gay comic night. Should be the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Should be a gay comedian because that's what's happening in town.
Yeah.
And I said that joke on stage. I'm like, I thought there was a softball convention in town. Just turns out it's Pride Week.
That was funny, man. I laughed out loud with that.
And
funny.
Somebody grumbled. I'm like, no, there was a lesbian couple in the crowd yesterday that was the one laughed.
Somebody grumbled on Facebook or
no, on the stage.
In the stage, yeah.
And after I said no, I said it to there was a gay couple, lesbian couple in the front row. And there was a butcher and a more feminine girl. They were awesome. And I was asking, I wasn't doing a lot of crowd work, but I was doing some during the treks. And I was just got stuck in where these people met and like in their relationship. I didn't get to go to them, but I was going to ask, how'd you meet?
Yeah.
And I don't care if they're gay because that's fun too. I love doing that part too.
Right.
But I just didn't get to them. So at the end, she's like, why don't you ask us how we met? And I was like, because it's Pride Week and there might be 17 other of you softball playing bitches in the back want to beat me up for joking around. And she laughed her ass off. Like we were outside, she laughed her ass off. She's like, I love you. She hugged me. She's like, you were so good. And she gave me a hug. She was awesome. Don't give me that, like, grumble because I said I thought there was a bunch of softball people in town. Come on.
I had, last time I was at Comedy Cove, there was 2 gay dudes right in the front row. I'm doing my gay stuff. A woman sat at that same table as them, not with them, was, like, frowning.
That's a long title, though, for that show.
New Jersey's funniest heterosexual dad who was free that night.
That's actually how my kids were conceived as well.
But yeah, front row, 2 gay guys.
Right.
You know, sometimes the Comedy Cove, they have those long tables. They'll sit people that don't know each other.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I told you about that woman who told me to shush when I was doing
just shush. Come
like
on.
what was doing like the gross stuff about old people.
Yes.
Like when I was doing the gay stuff, she's like, and they're gay. And they're dying laughing. It's like,
Right.
there's homosexuals right in the front row, and I know they're gay. They
Right.
look gay. They're laughing gay.
Right.
They're laughing. How are you?
Offended.
Like, they're the representative of this joke is fucking here, and you're still
Right.
acting like you're a fucking shut up. Stay home. Please. Please stay home.
I mean, and I was saying this to one of the comics. Tom is the host was Tom Foxworthy.
Tom
Yeah,
Foxworthy.
Tom Foxworthy. He has a
no relation?
He has a handlebar mustache, thin guy, skinny. You're like you when you see him, like good lord.
Like a young guy, like hipster guy, or an older guy?
Mid-30s.
Okay.
Right. You first think, oh, Brooklyn is nowhere near here. You know what I'm saying?
Wearing like golf pants.
But no, he was, but he was awesome. Such a sweet guy.
Yeah.
We went to lunch Saturday. We went to see Deadpool 2 Saturday afternoon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a good day. But I said to him about the gay joke. I'm like people, like But I understand that sometimes people say, you ever been around? You ever hear a joke that's a comic says on stage that's clearly homophobic?
Yeah.
And he gets homophobic people to laugh at it.
Right, yeah.
And then the gay couple will laugh at it. It's more out of uncomfortability.
Yeah.
They're being called out in
Right.
a bad way here.
Right.
So I know that sometimes gay people that you're picking on that race, sexual creed, will laugh at a joke because they're uncomfortable.
Right, like back like in the late 80s, early 90s, be like, okay, what they do is, oh, you ain't touching me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, no one's touching you.
Yeah, but like that would make the room laugh, and that
Right.
gay couple might laugh just because they're uncomfortable because they're being
Right.
picked on.
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like, but saying I don't and getting a hearty laugh is a difference than an uncomfortable giggle because they don't want to seem please don't pick on me anymore. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Like that was good is fucking different.
And a lot of softball players, it's a real
yeah, absolutely.
stereotype. You know what I mean? It's not like,
Yeah. No. I didn't make it up. There was a lot of visors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rolled up T-shirts. There was a lot of stuff going on. Jordan Furman was like, "That's okay. I bet if you still had a glove, you can get a game going."
That's funny. That is funny.
Not anyway. It was good shows, man.
Awesome.
It was good shows.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy. So
I saw Deadpool 2.
I haven't seen it yet. It's good.
Yeah, I loved it. Man.
Yeah.
So funny.
I gotta watch it. I gotta go see it. Maybe this weekend. I mean, go take the wife out to the movies.
Yeah, there you go.
And did you see IHOP is now IHOB?
Yeah.
International House of Burgers.
Which-
Temporarily. It was just It was just like a
What-
publicity thing to let they're starting to get a burger menu.
And then they're gonna go back to IHOP.
Yeah, it'll be back to IHOP. They're gonna
Okay.
change their sign. Yeah, they're not that stupid.
Yeah, because I mean, we all know that they make most of their money because everybody wants the pancakes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe a lot of people shitting on IHOP, like, their food. I'm like, they got good shit, man.
Yeah.
Fucking pancakes.
Pancakes, bacon, and eggs in the morning?
They're fucking great.
Are you kidding
Great
me?
pancakes.
Yeah.
people are like, oh, it's an ass of blah. It's like all these, shut up.
I'm glad I didn't.
But I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'll be disappointed if they don't have a pancake bun, at least one of them.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
That's got to be delicious as fuck, man.
Yeah, that sounds
Fucking
good.
burger with pancake bun?
That's a good idea right there, Joe.
I mean, I may do it at home, even if they don't. Like that, it really sprang my culinary thought process. I'm like, I should be making some pancake burgers.
Yeah, that does sound pretty good.
Little hint of
Maple syrup.
Because you ever have the McDonald's one, the fucking the McGriddles. It's got the little hint of maple syrup in the thing, and it's fucking nice. But, like bacon cheeseburger on that? What? But
yeah, I saw that IHOP. I'm like, really? I mean, I go there for brunch, get breakfast, man. I'm not really gonna go there for burgers, but
see, I worked there for from like 95 to like 2001. So some of their other food is actually good.
right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
people like, dude, like I used to like their cheesesteaks was good. Their burgers are banging. Like they
Really?
have good other than breakfast.
It's not my desire to go there for that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, that's the only place late at night. Hey, what's up, Bry guy?
Yeah, sincere.
Syrup, not a hint.
Drown it. That's Brian. That's right. We should be Facebook friends. It's my kind of guy.
Bry guy used to live in Jersey and then moved to Florida with his wife, and now he has 2 children.
Oh.
He's a Jersey
Oh wait,
guy.
I think I met him. Did he come up and we went and watched the UFC together?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's right. Went to Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo Wild
Yep.
Wings, Brian. That's right. Nice guy.
Great guy.
Got
old. He got older, a little more mature. When he was a little younger, he would be up in his head all the time. I used to call him up in his head, Bry guy. Like we would go out in front of the cellar, it'd be me, him, and my friend Melissa and Frank, and we'd be sitting in front of the cellar. He would be so up in his head that Bobby Kelly, who didn't really know him, be like, "Yo, you all right?" Like,
sounds like me. Sounds like
he'd
that
just be
too.
like up in his head, and then I forget what Bry guy said. Bobby Kelly said something one time, so funny. Back in the day, man, right in front of that cellar, Patrice, Bill Burr, Steve Byrne, Voss, fucking Nick DiPaolo, Norton, Bobby Kelly, just hanging in front of the.
I remember those days because I was like open micer, and I used to like just to walk by
Yep.
and see it. I'm like, oh, it's like because they used to all be out there.
Because they used to have seats out front. Now they have the 4-seater, but they used to have 8 seats over here.
Yeah.
So the guys would just sit out there all the time. And one time Norton was out there. I was talking to Bobby Kelly. It was Norton, Bobby Kelly, me, and Frank. And some guy walks up with those flappy Russian flap hats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those with the ear hats. And he comes walking up, and he's like, he says to Norton, he's like, "Well, you think you're a comedian?" And Norton's like, "Hey," he's like, "I know who you are." He's like, I know who you are. I recognize you from television." He's like, Norton goes, "Oh, I thought you recognized me from the retarded hat shop."
That is great.
So funny. Good times.
Good times. And I don't know if you were a big fan of his, but Anthony Bourdain killing himself, man.
I didn't watch that show at all.
Oh, no?
Yeah, not at all. So.
Oh, I've been binging. Actually, his new season I've had like backlogged on my
really?
DVR. I just haven't had time to get to him.
Right.
I just couldn't believe when I woke up because I love that guy.
Yeah.
I started, I still can't believe it.
His
shows are so good, man.
Huh?
The show is so good.
Really?
Because it's more than it's just like it. You're just like going around visiting places, eating their food, but you learn so much about the culture, the government,
right.
the food, and like he had a good episode. I think it was not last season, maybe the season before, where he was in Jersey with Bonnie McFarlane and Rich Voss.
Oh, really?
He went and saw their show at the Borgata. They were going to
Okay.
get like good food down that way
Oh,
in
wow, that
part
was
of
cool. I didn't
Jersey.
know that. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I just know it's sad to hear the suicide. Like, man, just to know the people struggle so much. I was on Bob and Tom that morning. He had passed that morning.
Yeah.
And they were talking about him. Tom knows him. He's just like, he was. I didn't know that he had a heroin problem.
Yeah, I knew that because I read his book.
That he quit, but then I watched an episode. He was like,
Oh, he drinks and smokes
a lot.
pot. Yeah.
So like, I'm like, I'm not saying that you automatically go back to heroin.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he wasn't off.
No, well, he stopped doing heroin in like the 80s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been off heroin like.
Oh, good. I didn't know anything
Yeah,
about him.
because he got famous in his 40s. He wrote that
Right.
because he was like dead broke. He was like 40 years old, like maybe early 40s, dead broke, in
Right.
debt, a New York chef. Nobody knew him.
Everything sounds really familiar, but
And then
the
he
chef
wrote a small piece for a small publication. Then they put it in New Yorker about the back rooms of
New York,
secrets of like a chef.
Yeah, right.
And people went nuts for it. And then they got that book deal, Kitchen Confidential.
Oh, okay.
Where he talks about the underbelly and like
Right,
the party
right.
atmosphere, like and
Okay.
all his stuff. Really good book. If nobody like, I listened to an audio book, which is much better because he reads it and it's just it's a good listen.
Okay.
And but yeah, he was been off heroin for years. But yeah, I always see him
Yeah.
drink and stuff like that on the
Did
shows.
he hang himself?
Hung himself in his hotel room in France. Yeah, man. It's,
Somebody said something. They said it on they where I was on that show that his like very soon very recent ex-girlfriend had a shirt like a picture of her like in France or like in Italy. She had a shirt on saying something. Get over it. Yeah, fuck you. Like that's what the shirt said. Something like that. Like, and they were like kind of like he's been sensitive. He's been up in his head about it. Like,
yeah, I read something where there was some paparazzi photo of her with some other guy.
That's it. Yeah,
or something. And who knows? I mean, you're not right. I mean, typically that's not gonna. I mean, there's a lot going on for
It's not
that
the
to
one
me.
thing. It's not the one picture.
But it's. I whenever you see somebody commit suicide, like people are always, he's so selfish. He's got
Yeah, I
a
hate
daughter.
those
It's
kind
like
of people.
people. It's like
you don't.
you don't know the pain somebody's in, or it's like that thing like and it. I know it means well. Like you saw it a lot. Like people post like, it's a shame. If your need, call me. Like
Yeah.
It's like, listen, man. I deal with depression all the time. I've dealt with it, and it's like me. No. You don't even think to call people.
Yeah, no.
It's the last thing on your mind. Because even when, I'll speak for myself, even when I have in the past, they don't know what the fuck to say to you.
Right.
Duh, dude, but, it's that there's nothing
You
to
know
say.
what I always do when somebody calls me in that type of situation is I don't talk about the thing as much. I know that's what they're calling for.
Yeah.
But I just talk about me. Talk about life a little bit. Talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Get them out of their head onto me for a second.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know what happened to me yesterday? Like something just to get them off of that. Just for a second. And I think it's like if you can get a day of break, the next day usually opens up for a little
Typically.
bit. You know what I'm saying?
I've had those thoughts many times in my life, and, thank God. But, you see it sit and hear a story about Anthony Bourdain, you're like, man,
Yeah.
it was just that moment that it hit him real hard,
Right.
and it did happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you're like, it's scary, especially because a mind can go that way.
Right.
And he was on the road, and apparently he was like, listen, the road could be lonely.
Yes.
He's rich, famous, but it's
lonely.
Like, remember I told you when I was in Florida last year how depressed I was toward the end of the week. Like, if I didn't have this family to come home to,
Right.
like this nice life waiting for me.
Yeah.
Like if I say I had to go on another leg of a tour,
Right.
I
hope a lot of those guys aren't listening.
Whoa.
The guys who don't have anything to come home to. Another leg of the
No,
tour.
I'm talking
Like,
about me. Am I?
know,
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying those guys like it's true. Why am I not offering myself? Thanks, Joe.
Nah, it's just it's and then you get the other people because I shared a good picture I saw of him where he's giving him the finger.
Yeah.
And I shared. I'm like, heartbreaking to hear this. I was a fan of his. I watched all his shows. I like the guy. Like on my Laughable app, I subscribed because you can subscribe to an individual. And anytime they're on a show, you'll get a notification. I subscribe to Anthony Bourdain. I like to hear his interviews. I like his take on anything. Then you get the other Facebook. just like shitting on.
Guys got the world by the balls and they kill them. So like,
give me that money.
Yeah.
You know what problems are. It's like, are you out of your mind?
Yes, they are. They are out of their mind. They're judging
Or they're like, I guess I didn't know who is Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
You didn't know who he was. Get the fuck out of here.
And they have an opinion about everything that they never had experience with. Yeah, I go through it too, but you know what I do? I pick myself the fuck
No, you don't.
up.
You don't go
You
through
don't
it.
go
You
through
don't
it.
go through because if you've gone through, you'd understand people that go
Yes.
through. You'd have more compassion.
Right.
It's like when Kate Spade killed herself. People are making Kate Spade jokes. It's like, who did she ever do? I can
Right.
see like if you made an Anthony Bourdain joke or something because he's a divisive guy. He's said some things that maybe you know whatever. He's
Right.
So he's pretty famous.
Yeah, and he's very
Kate
vocal.
Spade
Yeah.
isn't
Was it?
famous enough to shit on the
No.
fact that she killed herself.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just weird. That one was weird for me.
Like that one I
It
showed you
doesn't
that-
bother me if you made fun of Anthony Bourdain.
When I showed you that picture, it was not even 24 hours after Kate Spade was killed herself. Someone posted some cunt. Look, I have a very good sense of humor. I can laugh about anything. I don't care about anything.
Yeah.
You know, I can laugh. But not even 24 hours after this poor girl killed herself, some woman put a picture up of her like getting, on a stretcher. I mean, on the gurney, in the body bag. It's like, oh, look, another Kate Spade bag. Something like, I'm like, that's not, I don't even get, I get what you're doing. I get the space. She makes bags. She's doing a body bag. But I don't get, what is the point of that joke? Just to be some piece of shit that made fun of a girl who killed herself? Because there's no really point of that. I don't get what you're doing there.
No.
I understand, joke away, I get it, but I just don't understand that.
Yeah.
I just don't understand that.
Yeah. It's weird. I guess I'm just tired of, I'm just so tired of
People's public opinion on Facebook and we don't give a fuck about?
you just want to smack people.
So hard.
They're like you share that you're a fan of this person, you're sad that they died, then you see other posts shitting on people that were fans of his.
Yes.
Like, oh, you gotta publicly post that you were a fan of this guy, blah blah. I never even. It's like, why do you feel the need to do whatever shitty thing you're
doing right now?
Like, what the fuck?
I don't get
man?
that.
It's a weird. I mean, and it's not just
get that.
comedians. It's like
No,
people in public, people in general.
I don't get it.
There's always some sort of weird contrarian thing to
always.
everything. It's like somebody
Even
died.
when-
Somebody killed themselves tragically in a hotel room. Yes, they were rich and famous. But it's like, can't you just respect it a little bit? Fine if you try. Listen, like I said, if you come up with a well-conceived, well-written joke,
I'm
I
all right with
respect that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But when what was it, Memorial Day weekend? Everyone has to, and it's especially the last 2 years. It's like,
Oh, Veterans Day versus Memorial Day?
no, but just patriotism and memorialize the guys who are there now, putting their lives on the line. It's like, I don't believe you felt this way.
No.
Because if I go back 3 years, I bet I don't see any posts about Memorial Day. But now you want to make sure we know it's about the people in our country we're proud of. You're forcing that on me because you fucking need to feel like you're just an asshole. I don't believe you give a fuck about people in the military. I don't.
No.
I believe that you need to force it on me because you think, as a liberal or something, that I don't want to hear it. I don't care either way. I just think you're phony. I don't believe you.
Right.
I know, but my father was in the military. Memorial Day, he had flags way before Facebook put a picture of it up.
Yeah.
He always believed that. He had all on his hat was pins from VFW. He had a fucking that poppy thing that you give to VFW.
Yeah.
He had that hanging off the back of every hat he had.
Yeah.
He wore that shit on his head.
Yeah.
He had it on his jackets. That's what he believed. If my dad was to say, Memorial Day is for honor of the people who are, I believe my dad because he's always bought it.
Right.
He's always sold it.
Yeah.
You trying to push it on us, and then you'll say, it's not about barbecues and people who. Why can't you?
No, it is about barbecues and beer because they fought because they want you to have that.
And
it's supposed to be a celebration.
Let's make believe it's not. I'll make believe it's not. Fuck it,
Yeah.
I'll play along. Why can't you just honor them? Why is your honor have to shit on what we don't honor? It's like, yeah,
you're listen, these guys who did die in battle died so that people can have barbecues with their families and enjoy a day.
Yeah.
And they're doing it in honor of them. They're having this day. So it is about barbecue. And those people would love that they're doing that.
Yes.
So go at your shit. It's probably those are the same comedians that fucking give it up for the troops when they're bombing just to get applause.
But even and I don't care what your take is on it. I really don't care. I mean,
today is Flag Day. That's right, Brian.
Thanks.
I don't see a lot of flags out there.
No, but F1. Yeah, you know what? I'm not saying that you can't be patriotic and all that stuff. Be all that you want to, but just be it. You don't have to be it. You have to shit on stuff to make you more patriotic. You have to say this is shit. People who are doing this suck. We are the ones who care. Like that's.
Yeah, just be patriotic.
Just be patriotic. Today's Memorial Day. Thank you guys for giving your
Let me tell you
lives.
something. They're all full. Let me tell you something.
Full of shit.
For years, have been a cameraman at Veterans Day parades,
right?
Memorial Day parades. They are the least attended parades.
Right.
They are the least.
There's no big floats.
Right. You got the Christmas parades or Thanksgiving Day parades.
Yep.
Veterans Day parades. It was me on camera. These old men walking up the street and just their immediate families.
Yes.
You motherfuckers don't leave your house to support them, and I'm there. I've been there for years. Ain't nobody, you Facebook motherfuckers ain't at the parade.
Yeah.
Go do that. You know
well,
what I
that's
mean?
why I just say
you're so patriotic, go help them out.
Right.
You're that patriotic?
Just do it.
Just do it. Don't tell me about it.
Don't tell me about it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Let me see your checkbook. Let me see your check. How many people, how many donations have you made to the veterans?
Oh, yeah.
0. But it's a talking point for you to say, here, look at me. Fucking people who don't do this, they suck. Like, whoa. So you shared a link?
Yeah.
That's what makes you patriotic? You shared a link, you fucking moron. It's just, you're phonies. You're phony. Like, if I was to scroll back 2-3 years, I bet you didn't mention 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day. You wouldn't have mentioned any of those. You wouldn't have mentioned it.
Oh, yeah.
If I go back 3 years.
Oh, well, dude, I mean.
Now it's time to talk
we were just recently at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
How many motherfuckers are out getting beers and hot dogs during the Star Spangled Banner, during God Bless America?
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Yeah, they're walking around.
Because it's okay. It's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. I don't even think.
Imagine I went in the line and be like, it's not about this, guys. Go sit and respect.
Hey.
Get out of your beer line.
Yeah. Take your hat off in the beer line. I personally don't think before games do we need that. Before interplay, like international games, when you're playing another country and they're in your country, that makes sense if you want to do it. But before a baseball game, I need to start. Why?
I don't mind.
I don't mind it, but why?
Oh, yeah.
If you told me
there is no need.
Next week we're not going to do that, I would be like, oh, what? Our veterans died. Nobody died, so the Yankees can sing the Star Spangled Banner before the fucking game.
Yeah.
That's not what it was about. Now, back when players were in war and not playing baseball, and they went to war in World War II, I think that's when it mattered. When you're like, there's guys overseas right now who would want to be at bat.
Yeah.
So let's take a minute to fucking think about them. That made sense. But in 2018, there's not a, fucking, Greg Bird isn't going to Afghanistan. He's just playing. He's playing.
No, that probably in his contract be like, you can't go to war.
Yeah.
I mean, or it voids.
Yeah. I just need you to be here for the playoffs.
Yeah. But that's that.
That's that.
I got to wrap it up. I got to get to class tonight. I got hey, buddy, everyone, thanks for watching live on Facebook. We like that. Yes, if you have not subscribed to our Facebook page and you're listening to this on the audio podcast, please go like our page.
Please.
We like when people are watching live. Thanks for everyone contributing in the chat. 2 weeks from yesterday, so June 27th, I'll be headlining Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club in Point Pleasant. It's my last headlining show until September. So if you want to see me, come out. And then, I'll be popping around small shows over the summer, but that's my last big set for the summer.
This weekend, Friday and Saturday, I'll be at Princeton's Catch a Rising Star. One show Friday, one show Saturday. And then next weekend, I'll be a lot closer. So if you're a Northern Jersey guy, I'm in Springfield at Scotty's. And that's, next weekend, Friday and Saturday. So come out, have a steak if you're up here. Good food and some laughs.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, Mike and I, if you're in recovery, Mike and I will be performing at the New Jersey Regional Convention in Cherry Hill.
When is that?
The first Saturday of August.
Oh, okay, cool.
So if you're in recovery, come see us there. It'll be a good time. It's always a good time. So, yeah, everybody.
Aren't you going to be somewhere next Wednesday?
Not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after Uncle Vinny's.
No.
Oh, yes, I'm going to be at the Brown Bear Pub, is it? I think it's called that now.
Yeah.
Brown Bear Pub in West Orange.
Yes.
In West Orange, I'll be there. I think the show starts at 8:30.
Okay.
It's a free show.
Oh, nice.
So
I might pop in.
Yeah, Mike may pop in. So yeah, it's cool. It's like outside in the back. They have like this nice outdoor venue. They got drinks and food and stuff.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool little venue.
KP Burke will be on the show.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna pop in, see if I can do
Yeah. So should be a good time. So please, people, these are the subscribe to these audio links. Download the Laughable app, iTunes app, iHeartRadio app. Search All in Our Heads podcast. That's the stats that matter for us. So if you could do that for us, we'd appreciate it. But we appreciate you watching, downloading, listening. We appreciate all your support. Tell your friends about us. Subscribe them to our podcast. You guys have been listening to All in Our Heads.